My name is Debra Costu, here from Answers About Alzheimer's. If you're here, it's because you're struggling with personal hygiene for someone with cognitive disabilities. First, I want to applaud you for caring enough to seek help with this issue. It shows that you are a concerned and dedicated caregiver. The good news is you are not alone, and I'm here to help. Together we can. You've got this. I'm Debra, president of Answers About Alzheimer's and author of Forget Me Not, a book for caregivers. And in the book, we dive much, much deeper into this topic, so I recommend that you look for it. It's available on ebook, paperback, hardcover, and it's a really valuable resource for you. Today, I'm going to pull back the shower curtain, exposing the two main reasons why someone with Alzheimer's or dementia is reluctant or just downright refusing to bathe. Have you ever had this problem? That's why you're here, right? Comment below. I want to get a sense of how many of you are really struggling and at what point in the process are you having trouble? So comment below. Are you finding the resistance when you even mention the words a shower? Or is it when they enter the bathroom? How about maybe is it when they're actually stepping physically into the shower itself? Let's start thinking about that. When are you getting the pushback? This is where we have to start because the beginning is actually probably one step before you think the problem is. Everyone is different. Every person with Alzheimer's or dementia's experiences are unique. So first, I want you to think about, because they can't think, right? I want you to think about, when does the resistance begin? What are the words or actions that happen just before, just prior? Think about it for a minute. Comment below, and then we can have further discussions. I'll reply to you. We can take that information and even create more videos. So make sure you're commenting below, okay? After you've put some thought into when the undesirable reaction or refusal is happening, then we can strategize on how to conquer or overcome their resistance the next time. We're going to intercept and change what we are doing. I'll get into that later, and there's a lot more about that in the book, Forget Me Not. Let's talk reactions. So they're having a reaction to either our words or the process or the actual activity itself. The first thing we have to remember is that they are not capable of change. Because of the brain damage, they cannot change. Even if they wanted to, they can't. So we have to change. If we don't change, if we don't accommodate, then we're on the hamster wheel. You're going to have the same repetitive behaviors and the same problems over and over and over again. I guarantee it. So right now, and I know you care enough to put in a little effort or you wouldn't be here. I got you. You've got this. You are not alone. Okay, it's time. We're going to dive into the two main reasons why those with cognitive decline are reluctant to bathe. So, are you ready? Oh, I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Okay, I can't wait to see your comments. I'm ready. Let's jump in. The first reason that people are reluctant to bathe or shower is that they just don't get it anymore. It's really that simple. They don't get it. Why do you shower? Think about it. Seriously, think about it for a minute. Why do you take a shower? Because you want to look good. We want to be clean and presentable. It's social convention. Have you ever gone to the grocery store and you look and feel like shit praying that you'll run into no one you know? I've done that. We've all done that. Hair stuffed up in a baseball cap, keeping your head down, rushing through the store, right? Yeah, it's about social conventions and perceptions. Some people wouldn't be caught dead leaving the house looking like that. Greasy hair, body odor, sweatpants, yuck. But In the minds of those with brain damage, they no longer have any social status concerns. They don't have the self-awareness to be self-conscious of those things. You must start thinking about what are they still capable of comprehending. Oh, I hate that word comprehension. It was always on my report card when I was little. Debbie has a difficult time with comprehension. Oh my God. Ugh. Anyway. Sometimes the person with dementia might be prompted to get in the shower if you tell them that they have a doctor's appointment, because that's a long-term habit for them. And even though they may not understand the reason for bathing, bathing for an appointment is a long-learned pattern for them. If that works, then just tell them that they have an appointment and get them in the shower. It's okay to fib to a person with dementia. Use it again and again. When it works, use it over and over. So if you have to tell them every other day that they have a doctor's appointment, go right ahead and do it. We take a shower so we don't have body odor. But people with cognitive decline have lost much of their sense of smell. Sometimes if you gently let them know that they have an odor problem, they just might appreciate the heads up. Again, if it works, use it. If it pisses them off, then stop. We have to use our brains here. If something doesn't work and upsets them, stop doing it. Note what works and note what doesn't work. What doesn't work has to stop. People with dementia have no recollection of the purpose of hygiene. So when you're trying to convince them, you can't convince. It just won't work. But when you're trying to convince them, no matter what, they don't understand the purpose of bathing. They have brain damage. So you can tell them they stink. You can tell them that they have poop on their butt. However, they don't see it as a problem. So in their brain, they're thinking, why take a shower? They're fine. They don't care. They can't smell themselves, but you can. Aha! You're the one with the problem. You take them to the doctor, and the doctor's office might look at you and think that you're a bad caregiver, right? You want the doctor to think that you're taking care of them. Of course you do. It's tough, I know. You're the one who has to deal with the smell and the dirty underwear and the soiled pants. It's your problem. They don't see it as a problem. Are you getting this? Yeah. Comment below. I've got this. It's not their problem. It's my problem. You just had a dementia breakthrough. Comment below. DBT, dementia breakthrough. Yeah. So we've got a problem. A stinky, gross, nasty problem. They don't understand what the big deal is. Stop pushing me to shower. Stop pestering me. Stop bullying me. Stop harassing me. Because I don't get it. You're blowing your efforts that aren't going to work anyway. You're trying your best. You are convincing, begging, tearing your hair out. For what? Just stop. You're just upsetting yourself and them. These efforts won't work. So give yourself some peace of mind. It's not your fault. They have brain damage. It's the disease's fault. I give you permission. It's okay. So that's reason number one. They just don't get it. So stop trying to persuade them. It's not going to work. Ah, what a relief, right? It's not because you're unable to convince them. It's that they're incapable of being convinced. That's what you have to remember. Their brain is unable to be convinced because of the brain damage. Comment below, they're incapable of being convinced. All right, reason number two, why people with decline won't take a shower. This one may surprise you. It may be a little emotional for you, and that's okay. This is a very emotional disease process. After we talk about this, I want you to promise me that you won't beat yourself up over it because you didn't know. Showering for a person with dementia can be traumatizing. It can be like PTSD. First, let's talk about what's going on in the bathroom itself. People with cognitive problems hear things mega amplified. For them, it's like being at a rock concert. You remember how loud that was? So imagine that you're not able to really understand what's going on around you and what's being asked of you, and the noise level is deafening. Just the noise in the shower is overwhelming for them. Then add the fan, and of course you're probably talking to them, giving them instructions that they can't hear over the staticky, noisy shower. Now, another reason why they're traumatized, and I do not use that word lightly, they are being traumatized, is that they can't figure out their surroundings. People with dementia have a lot of visual problems that extend way beyond normal aging. I have several visual examples for you on my website at answersaboutalzheimers.org that you can look at. They not only lose depth perception, but they have a much harder time with hues and distinguishing different shades. If the bathroom is all the same color without really huge contrast, they can't see anything. They can't make sense of their environment. Most bathrooms are monochromatic, meaning everything is the same color, or there's just not enough contrast. The floor, the toilet, the shower, the walls are similar contrast. So unless you have a white tub with a black floor or a black tub with a bright red floor, chances are they can't even see where to step. Would you be willing to step onto something that you couldn't see? I doubt it. Why should they trust you? It's hard to believe what you can't see. Would you be okay with stepping into something that you couldn't see after you've had a fall? People with dementia have a great fear of falling. When you ask them to step in or over something that they cannot see, you're already reducing your chances of success. Creating some contrast in the environment can help. Most of us can't afford to get a new floor, a new tub, or a toilet, and why would we want to? It probably wouldn't look that great to have greatly contrasting fixtures in the bathroom. But we can get creative on adapting a better environment for the person with dementia without a wrecking crew. Often people will freeze up when they have to step over the edge of a tub to get into the shower. The reason they freeze is because they can't see it to step over it. A couple of tips would be to get wide duct tape or electrical tape and put a strip or two of it across the edge of the tub that they have to navigate. Using a contrasting color like a bright orange or a really bright red. Another solution is to lay a bright towel over the edge of the tub. The only thing I warn about using a towel for contrast is that it's not secure, so it could actually become a hazard. If they can see what they need to step over or onto, it will create a safer feeling for them. So again, you can go to my website and actually see pictures of environment with and without some of these tips, so you can really see the difference for yourself. Another fear for the person with dementia is the fear of drowning. Fear is one of the main reasons for behaviors. Because of the damage to the brain cells, those with dementia no longer have self-awareness or understanding of the purpose of bathing. You can't convince a person who doesn't have the cognitive skills to be persuaded into changing their mind. The declining brain has trouble navigating the environment. We have to adapt the surroundings to meet the needs of the person. We don't force the person to adapt to the environment because it won't work. It just won't work. So why keep trying things that aren't working? Brilliant, right? The last thing I want to bring to your attention is the most important. As this agonizing disease progresses, the person suffering will become sensitive to touch. This heightened sensitivity can lead to a painful bathing experience. Yeah, it's painful. Have you ever had a fever or body aches and got into the shower and it hurt? Or maybe had a sunburn? Ouch. The oversensitivity from the brain damage makes showering painful. Do not force someone to take a shower. You are torturing them. It's not your fault. You didn't know. Bathing does not have to be a physical shower. There are other ways to get clean that are perfectly acceptable. Shower caps, sponge baths, bathing towels are a great alternative. Your loved one will not get sick or die if they never take a shower ever again. Don't put them through this traumatic activity. If they are resisting, there is a reason they are resisting. To recap, the two main reasons people resist or refuse to bathe is they just don't get it anymore. The purpose of bathing is forgotten. And number two is fear and pain. They are fearful of the environment. They are fearful of drowning and falling. And the actual process of the shower, the water hitting their body, is physically painful to them. So my friend, there you have it. I have so much more in my book, Forget Me Not, about bathing. You can get a copy of it on Amazon or wherever books are sold. I'll put a link below. Thanks for joining me. I'm Debra Costu, Answers About Alzheimer's. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see in upcoming videos. Tell me your challenges. We'll tackle them together. See you next time. I think almost all of us know people who have a family member that is struggling with these issues with Alzheimer's and dementia. Please make sure to let your friends know to also subscribe to our channel, Answers About Alzheimer's. We all know someone who could really benefit from watching these videos, whether you're a family caregiver or a professional caregiver working in a senior living community or a nursing home. Make sure you let them know about our channel because we just want to spread the word and help as many people as we possibly can. Thanks.